Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today we're going to go over your first dose of the salty batch files, of course, and the salt never ends, the delusion never ends, and well, let's not keep you waiting, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we're doing is going over these awesome delusional posts, these takes, you name it. We're going to start off with a strong one here from the weirdo Anna Anson here, and they straight up post, as you can see, hashtag Game Pass greater than buying digital, greater than buying physical, hashtag facts. Man, this needs to be absolutely completely backwards. I don't know what Twilight Zone that we are living in or that they're living in. I'm not quite sure, but it for sure should be buying physical, then buying digital, and then maybe Game Pass as a final and third option if that was the only option you had personally and factually speaking. That's the real facts there. This kind of mentality, this kind of shilling, this kind of everything is the reason why Xbox is in the position it's in. But again, like I've mentioned multiple times, Microsoft and Xbox and all the figureheads also helped condition their fan base to think this way. They don't correct them because yes, they are pushing and touting Game Pass, but again, this is absolutely incorrect. You would think you would want those game sales to not only help the devs, not only help the industry, not only help keep the industry healthy and put the quality out there, but no, we have the most delusional take probably of the year in my opinion, because this is truly how they think, and if this isn't how they think, this is how they shill, and regardless of what harm it does to the industry. Just saying there, you moron. But let's keep going here. Xbox Series XS here. You are not ready for the truth. It's because PlayStation is the more popular brand. Therefore, they purposely hold back the Series X and S. It's called, quote, parity. Do you really think a 9-once, what I'm assuming ounce, cup will hold as much as more than a 12-ounce once cup again? Be honest to yourself. First of all, look, math isn't my strong point when it comes to just off the top of my head. I'm more of an English major and all that stuff in writing. That's what I excelled at. However, I can certainly use common sense and I can usually put that to 2 and 2, right? This doesn't necessarily add up. It's a weird anomaly, and this is completely incorrect. Because something's more popular doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do better. And then this conspiracy theory of that holding back the Series X and S, absolutely not. That's not. Microsoft has all the money in the world, essentially. They can do whatever they want with that money, buy who they want for the top quality, brightest and best devs out there, the best technology. They can put forth the effort and do this, and they continue to not do it. Regarding their first party, you can maybe make your theory, your tinfoil hat bullcrap of third-party timed exclusives, who likes who better, this, that, and the other, but Microsoft has always had the power and the money to do something. They refuse to do it, so you go on a weird shill tyrant of some sort, and it just makes absolutely no sense. This is absolute craziness, and the shilling, again, is at a top level here recently, folks. I mean, they're scrambling, and at this point, PlayStation has not dropped their huge games yet. They have not dropped the huge announcements yet. Something's going to burst here in regards to the dam, right? Let's keep going here. Boom. Helldivers 2 has lost 90% of its players. Can an Xbox XS release save this franchise? Now, I know in the last video of Salty Batch Files, I believe I touched on some of the folks commenting on the 90% loss. I already explained the reasonings behind that, not making excuses, but that is just the reasonings and those are the facts. Check it out if you haven't already so I don't retout that here. But again, the funny part here, the comical, the clown part here is the fact that they think the Series X and S, which, mind you, the very beginning post we had is that Game Pass is the key to everything. That's not going to save Helldivers 2 if it went to Xbox. The fan base is not buying the games. The majority of the fan base is not buying the games because of Game Pass. I like when the fanboys of Xbox come out and they state, I buy my game. As you can see, I buy my game. Some of them have examples of this, right? But you're in the minority. I appreciate you guys actually buying the games, and I give you credit, absolutely. Whether it's physical or digital, I appreciate you buying those games as well. Unfortunately, again, you are in the minority, and Microsoft has made it so the fan base is mostly transitioned to Game Pass, and that's how they consume the game media there. So, Helldivers 2, no, would not be saved by one iota, especially if it was on Game Pass and got a chunk of money, which I don't believe would happen until way, way, way down the line. And I mean way down the line if it does come to that point, but it won't. I don't foresee that happening. Simple as that, but more Delusion at its finest. Let's continue to go here. Now, this is great karma here. So Goat Gaming, he tends to be back over and over again. I love it. Developing according to VGC News, there's a database breach currently happening on the PlayStation Network. Incorrect. PS4 and PS5 data might be getting hacked. Incorrect. This is exactly why PC players will not share private information with Sony. Incorrect. Nintendo and Xbox never let this happen. Incorrect. And as you can see below, Charlie Intel, Xbox servers are currently experiencing issues across Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. If you're having trouble connecting to the Call of Duty on Xbox right now, this was actually recently, twice they already had issues for most of the day, not like a hiccup to 30 to 60 minutes, folks. This has been an entire day issue a couple times recently. So I love how finally someone right below that sits there and puts the retort back in there for Goat Gaming. I love it. You love to see it. I wish he got community noted even more so he could actually get in trouble for this stuff, because that's all he does is just do these sort of posts over and over. Tags people, hashtags people, at certain individuals and companies and outlets, and it's all incorrect. So it's really, really crazy here, but karma at its finest, folks. So love to see it here. Now, moving on to Derek here at Griggity. See what happens when you partner with Xbox in regards to SiriusXM Urban View, stating Amazon is a $2 trillion company for the first time ever, and has the Forbes link and everything like that. And Derek Griggity, of course, nailed it. Again, Delusion, an entire different world. I promise you, Amazon reaching that $2 trillion company is not in regards to some sort of Fire Stick partnership from Microsoft. Yes, is that some sort of a get? Possibly. For sure, but I guarantee you that's not some sort of a $500 billion acquisition or partnership kind of thing that's been going on to push Amazon up to the $2 trillion company. It's multiple reasons, but to latch on and be like, yeah, this is it, folks. This is the announcement I want to make. This is the post I want to make. This is the difference that Microsoft and Xbox is doing for the world. They are specifically the ones why Amazon got to a $2 trillion company. That's 100% the reason why. What is going on? Oh my gosh. If I could replicate Charles Xavier right here and just have the asinine migraine, this would be one of those instances right there. All right, let's continue here with Jen. The hungry PS fans are asking for games, and they introduce action figures instead. Yes, PlayStation did announce action figures for like Aloy, Jin Sakai, and Kratos and Atreus, of course, which is pretty cool. I think that makes sense, and it makes sense for a younger fan base and even an older fan base that perhaps collects figures and stuff like that. There are those of us out there that do that. But pot, meat, kettle black, and even worse, because are we offering on the PlayStation side fingernail polish to match controllers and other types? Are we offering mini fridges? Are we offering controller hoodies? Are we offering Oreo gaming machines? I mean, that's a far cry in regards to action figures themselves. That is so bizarre and so odd to compare the two. Fingernail polish, like I said, fingernail polish in regards to action figures that align with the actual games themselves that are very popular and are classic and renowned IPs for the brand. Make it make sense, folks. All right, so let's get to the other one here. I want to give you guys some time back, but this one's a good one. So, Jamie of X. Now, folks, this is a PlayStation fan here, and I gotta bring it up. If you make stupid things and I happen to catch it, I gotta bring it up. This one actually irks me the most out of all of these. The rest of them are delusion and stupid, and I think I am getting brain rot from it because it's so ridiculous and over the top. But here we have Jamie of X. Now, nobody buys a console to play third-party exclusives. Cut it out. In regards to reposting James's 200% facts said here, PS fans ain't good this generation. Shit, I'm trying to 100% Final Fantasy Rebirth. Yes. James is absolutely correct here. And then, of course, Colin on his podcast has echoed the same feature. So the fact, let's go right back to the nobody buys a console to play third-party exclusives, cut it out. 100% incorrect. I don't know if you want to be a dumbass like that, but you're being one. Straight and simple. I understand that you would like to see more first-party output for this year. There's a lot coming. There's COVID mixed in, a change in direction from games as a service, this, that, and the other. But I know specifically multiple people that went ahead and bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just for PlayStation 5 alone. Just for PlayStation 5 alone. A lot of folks that prefer consoles bought the new generation consoles for a third-party game called Cyberpunk. So yes, Cyberpunk 2.0 was a big reason, as well as Stellar Blade did turn some heads. This was a big talked about game. Rise of the Ronin, you name it. There's tons of third-party games that justify. And let me tell you what, if there was only an Assassin's Creed or something like that, or only a Call of Duty, that are both third-party games that happen to be on a next-gen console only, those would also be bought for that as well. They don't have to be specifically first-party games that convince a consumer to go ahead and buy those games. Simple as that. So what an awful take. I don't know where they're coming from. You have a respected individual like Colin Moriarty that went ahead and specified this with a lot of logical facts like he typically does, like it or not. I don't always agree with everything Colin says, I'll admit that. But most of the time he's pretty pinpoint on, and even when I don't agree with him, he's still pretty much given the facts there and everything of the sort. So I can't argue with the guy just because sometimes our reviews don't align or whatever the case is. I have to give him respect because he does give the facts. So to call out something where Colin is specifically giving those facts and you want to speak out against it like so and say nobody, you can even kind of teeter the edge here and say that the majority don't, if you wanted to lie there still, or to delusionally think. But it's not even the majority. You have to say, and it would make you look stupid, you're going to have to say the minority of gamers buy consoles to play third-party games. Something along those lines. The majority do buy because of a mix of third-party and first-party games, especially if you have exclusive third-party content and a game as big as Final Fantasy, of course, especially when we're talking about the remake of one of the most beloved entries of the Final Fantasy VII entry, being one of the most beloved ones of all time. But that being said, of course, just wanted to end on that one. Delusion there, even from the PlayStation side of things, from time to time, it does happen, folks. I will call it out when it comes out. Now, if it does cross my path anyways. But that being said, I appreciate everybody sticking around for the entirety of the video. This support helps out so much. At the time of recording, we're at 1,908 subscribers out of that 2,000 subscriber goal. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all that support, the growth, and, maintaining the rhythm and everything that we all do have. And I appreciate everything you all lend to the channel in your time, of course. So that being said, be sure to leave a like and comment. That does help out the algorithm for the videos as well. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, helping out a small content creator like myself. Like I said, just under 100 more subs to get to that 2,000 goal. An amazing thing, an amazing accomplishment. I was blown away at 1,000. The fact we're so close to 2,000, thank you all so much. That being said, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and just remember, don't be a salty batch. And we'll see y'all next time on the next Xvault Gaming video. And until then, take care.